everybody, Killer Winston here, and today I will be doing What if Deku was reborn as a slime, part 34. Yeah, you heard me right, part 34. So, in the last part, Deku just basically took the entire Class 1A plus Aizawa and All Might to the other world, them having to be on a cliff right next to Deku's town. Now, continuing the story, after Deku left his town, he would have returned to his friends and web teachers. Him just opening a portal and arriving from behind the entire group. But just as he did that, Bakugo and Kirishima would have immediately noticed something behind them immediately turning around and telling Deku to come out and show himself, which he does, them being relieved that it is Deku and not some monsters. Deku, whenever he returned to the group, he would have, well, opened another portal, him telling everyone to go through the portal since the place they're at right now, even though they're close to a town, it is not very safe, and that they should move to a more secured place for training, with everyone just basically going from the cliff to the place where the Dora said that Deku can train without restraints, which from now on I'm just gonna call it Deku's personal training ground. Now, after they got there, Deku would start to train the entire group, him basically giving everyone instructions on how they can improve their usage of their quirks and also their physical stamina, which everyone is a bit confused as to how Deku knows so much about them. But they wouldn't question it, since they are currently being trained by Deku, so yeah, they have to focus on training. If not, then they will have to do even more training as punishment. By the way, to help everyone increase their efficiency on using their quirks, Deku would have cloned himself a lot of times. However, those clones are very weak. But even though those clones are very weak, they are still very, well, what's the word? Versatile? Yeah, those clones are very versatile. Since they are basically Deku, they can still use the skill transform, meaning that those clones of Deku can transform into anything that Deku thinks of that can help the entire class, plus Aizawa and All Might. Things like dumbbells, wooden staff, or just anything that is not edible. Because, well, Deku doesn't want his classmates to eat him. Now, let's just say after 2 or 3 weeks of these kind of trainings, let's say Deku after cooking lunch, yes, Deku knows how to cook, and if you're wondering how and where Deku got his ingredients, he basically went hunting while training his friends. With Deku after cooking and serving the meal, everyone would start to, of course, eat the meal. And let's say after an hour, everyone would have finished eating and also finished resting up, as Deku would have gathered up everyone, him ordering his clone to give everyone a plate. And by a plate, I mean a rectangular piece of metal. Everyone, after receiving this plate of metal, they would have been a bit confused, as Kaminari would have asked Deku what this piece of metal is. with Deku saying, well, that plate you're holding right now is your status plate, and also your identification. To use it, you just have to focus on what you want this thing to show, either your status or your identification. And after Deku said that, everyone would have started to basically check their status and their identification to see if they're right, or just up to their expectations. Now, while everyone is checking their status and their identifications, Deku would have continued to explain that status plate, which is what I'm going to call it. Deku saying, okay everyone, you can check your identifications later, but for right now, I would like to explain something about your stats, or the stats that you see in your status plate. And let's use Kachan for example. Bakugo saying, oh come on Deku, what? It's just an example, I will show you real stats. As from behind Deku, Deku's clone would have created a, well, basically a board. It having to show everyone Bakugo's real stats. Bakugo saying, hey Deku, that's my... What, your real stats? Yes? Wait, really? Oh, I'm sorry then, Kachan. Guess I'll show them your real stats then. Seriously, Deku? Do you have to do that to me? And as I was saying, oi, Deku, do ignore me? Now, while Bakugo is basically yelling at Deku in the background, Deku would have explained to everyone what they should see in their status plate when they are thinking of it showing their stats. Them basically having to see their level, their name, their unique skill, or well, quirk, and also their magic attribute. And after Deku explained what they should see in their stats, Momo would have asked Deku how many magic attributes there are, to which Deku just tells her that there are 8 basic magic attributes, those 8 being fire, water, wind, earth, lightning, light, dark, and last but not least, utility magic. Kaminari asking, Midoriya, what is utility magic? Oh, that? That is a bit complicated, because even though you have the magic attribute to use utility magic, you cannot actually use all of the utility magic. Everyone being confused since, in their minds, if you have the attribute to use that magic attribute, then, well, you can use it. Deku continuing saying that he is going to give an example. Him saying, for example, bear with me, Kachan has the magic attribute to use utility magic, and he can use it to enhance his own physical strength. Then there's Kirishima, who also, for example, has the attribute to use utility magic. But even though both Kachan and Kirishima has the attribute to use utility magic, Kirishima can't use the magic attribute to enhance his own physical strength. Instead, let's say he can create portals to travel between. Everyone still being a bit confused, as Deku would have said, to put it simple, for every spell in the utility magic attribute, not everyone who has the attribute to use utility magic can use it. Some can, but some cannot. Okay? Deku, seeing the confused face in everyone's faces, he would have just sighed, saying, I'll give you a minute to digest what I just said. Jiro saying, Midoriya, which one of us has utility magic? Oh, those people would be Ojiro, Shoji, Koda, Mr. Aizawa, and also All Might. By the way, if you forgot who Koda is, it is the guy who can control animals. Or well, talk to animals. Zero saying, Yes, let's go, we can learn magic! Kaminari continuing to say, Let's go, we can learn to use magic! But that was when Kirishima would have said, Calm down, he's not done explaining. Them being a bit confused, as Bakugo would have said, Yeah, like you dumbasses can learn to use magic. Kaminari saying, What do you mean we can't learn magic? We have the magic attribute to use it, why can't we? Well, easy. That's because you don't have any magic to use it. Kaminari turning towards Deku and saying, That's not true, right? Deku saying, Well, it's true. Then how did Bakugo and Kirishima use magic then? They can use magic because of this. Deku creating a magic bracelet and showing it to everyone. Him continuing saying, This is a magic bracelet. And just as the name sounds, if you wear this magic bracelet, then you will be able to use magic. Also, just so you know, these magic bracelets need magic batteries, which basically are the batteries for the magic bracelet. Deku, after saying that, he would have thrown the magic bracelet onto the ground. And just as the magic bracelet touched the ground, it would have turned into a Deku clone. It walking towards everyone and giving everyone a magic bracelet, also a box of magic batteries, which each contains 20 magic batteries. Ochako asking, Midoriya, how do you, change the battery then? Oh yeah, about that. If you want to change the magic battery, then you will have to first find a panel on your magic bracelet, which is located right here. Deku creating another magic bracelet and pointing at the place where the panel is. Him continuing saying, Next, put your finger on top of the panel and push inwards while moving forwards. If you did it correctly, then the magic battery that is inside the magic bracelet would have been ejected out of the magic bracelet, leaving behind a compartment for the new magic battery. Finally, you just have to insert the new magic battery and close the panel. Done. As for how you can use magic, well, ask them. Deku pointing his finger at both Kirishima and Bakugo. Everyone being confused, Kirishima would have said, Midoriya, why are you pointing at us? Shouldn't you be the one teaching everyone? Well, I would, but since I am already able to use magic without the magic bracelet, I've actually never tried using magic through using the magic bracelet, instead of just using my own magic. But since you two did use magic through the magic bracelet and learned how to master them, or at least semi-mastered, then of course you'll be the one teaching them. Bakugo saying, You're just too lazy to teach them, aren't you, Deku? Well, of course I'm not, but even if I am, you will still have to teach them, teacher. Uh, uh, fine. Now, while Bakugo and Kirishima is teaching the entire group, including All Might and Aizawa, Deku would have been, well, training on his own. As we will cut over to Deku's city, or just the city of Tempest. There being a house fire, with multiple magicians using water magic to try and save the house, while some, let's say, lizardmen, yes, lizardmen exist in the other world, they would have been rushing into the house and trying to save anyone they can. But this fire is a bit different, since the color of this fire is bluish purple, meaning that it is definitely not a normal house fire. And over a street away, let's say 6 to 7 year old kid with a blue necklace around his neck, he would have been running down an alleyway, him having to reach a dead end, as a black figure would start to walk up behind that 6 7 year old kid. The dark figure taking out a sword, he would have swinged it towards the kid. With the kid, of course, backing up, he would have tripped and fell. This causing the sword, instead of cutting the kid, it would have slashed away at the kid's necklace. Just then, Deku would have felt something in him being cut in half. Him grasping his chest and thinking, what was that? Sage, where did that came from? Sage saying, locating. Location found. Please use ultrasonic wave. Deku using ultrasonic wave, as Sage would have pointed out an area over at Deku's town, or well, currently city. Deku creating another clone, he would have told that clone to look after everyone. It nodding, as Deku, the real Deku, would have opened a portal. Him going through the portal and immediately arriving in the city. Deku being on a rooftop around the area where the fire is, his attention would have been, of course, on the fire. Him asking Sage if that, well, pain is coming from the fire. Sage saying no and telling Deku that his, well, pain came from the alleyway beneath him. Deku looking down and seeing a dark figure holding up a sword and about to kill a kid. Deku seeing that, he would immediately use Shadow Step, and right as that dark figure swings his sword down, Deku would have appeared from behind the kid's shadow and grabbed the sword with his right hand, him using his left hand and punching the dark figure in his stomach, this sending the dark figure flying back, the kid having to slowly opening his eyes. He would have saw Deku holding a sword, him hearing Deku saying, hey, kid, are you okay? No, help. It's okay, I'm here, okay? Don't worry. Deku turning around and looking straight towards the dark figure, him saying, what the hell are you trying to achieve attacking a kid? The dark figure having to get back up, Deku would have thrown the sword straight at the dark figure, but the dark figure would have just dodged to his left and using his left hand to grab his sword from the air. Him getting into a stance as the dark figure would have rushed towards Deku. And while the dark figure was rushing towards Deku, his sword would have been enchanted with the purplish blue flame, with the dark figure swinging his sword down onto Deku. Deku this time using body armor, he would have armored both of his hands. Him having to grab the sword with both of his hands, Deku would start to struggle with the dark figure. Just then, some steel thread would have shot up from the ground and wrapping itself around the dark figure. This causing the dark figure to look down to see what's going on. Deku would have used this chance to push away the sword. Him doing so and punching the guy in the face. This causing the dark figure to stumble back and fall onto the ground. Deku putting his hand in front of the dark figure's face. He would have used paralyzing breath. Him releasing a gas of paralyzing breath, or just enough paralyzing breath to knock this dark figure unconscious. Deku, after doing that, he would have also used Slime Prison on this dark figure just to make sure that he doesn't escape. Since, of course, Deku does have questions for this figure. And after using Slime Prison, or just covering this dark figure with slime, except for the head, Deku would have turned back to the kid. Him asking the kid if he is alright again. To which the kid, who is still very scared and frightened, he would have replied, yes, thank you. Deku, after hearing that, he would have been a bit relieved, as that was when Deku would have saw the necklace on the ground. Him picking up the necklace and seeing that it is cut in half. And just as he picked it up, the kid would have ran over and took the necklace. Him looking at it and seeing that the necklace is basically broken in half, he would have started to cry. Him basically saying something like, "No, my necklace, my necklace." Hey, come on, don't cry. It's a necklace. It can be fixed. No, it can't. It can't. My mom said it is special, and that there's only two of them in the world. With the kid continuing to cry, Deku would have asked the kid to let him see the necklace, which the kid who's continuing to cry, Deku would have just, well, took the necklace. Him thinking, this necklace, it is made from my slime. But how? Since when did I make a necklace and left it here? Wait, don't tell me. Sage, can you analyze this necklace? Sage saying, yes. Analyze complete. This necklace is made from parts of the item you gave to either James or Harry. Wait, parts of them? Yes, it seems that the parts in this necklace combined are about 90% of the original item. Then where did the other 10% part went to? That is currently unknown, but judging by its appearance, it looks to be destroyed a long time ago. Wait, destroyed? Then how did I not felt that? If my calculations and predictions are correct, then by the time this item was broken, You were fighting Bellicor in the USJ. Oh, that's why. How about the other one? The kid said that his mom told him that there are only two of these necklaces. That means there must be another one, right? Where is it? The location of the second necklace is unknown, but I can try and locate it. As before Deku can answer or give Sage a command, the kid would have told Deku to give him back the necklace. Deku, thinking fast, he would have said, "Oh, here, you can have it back." Deku giving back the necklace to the kid, as the kid, after getting back his necklace, he would have continued to cry. Deku thinking, "Wait, Sage, can I fix the necklace?" Sage saying, "Yes, you can." "Oh, okay." Deku saying, hey little buddy, if I am able to fix the necklace for you right now, can you stop crying for me? You can? You can fix the necklace? Yes, I can, but you have to promise me that you'll stop crying. Yes, I'll stop crying. Please, fix the necklace. Deku, getting the necklace, as he would, well, absorb the necklace and just create a new one. It being the same as the old one. Him saying, "Ta-da! All fixed. Now, you promised." "Thank you. Yes, I'll keep my promise. I'll stop crying." "Good. Now, let's take you back home, shall we?" Uh, yes. Deku saying, "Well, lead the way, little buddy." Yes. With the kid having to go away from the alleyway, Deku would have cloned himself and ordered a clone to look after this hooded figure. And by hooded, I mean the dark figure, who's inside the slime prison and also covered in steel thread. Deku, after ordering his clone, he would have followed the kid to his house. But when the kid arrived in front of his house, he would have found out that the house that was caught in a fire was his house, and his mother is missing. Deku thinking, well, crap. Deku asking, "So what's your name?" My name is Kenny. Kenny, was it? My name is Rimuru Tempest. Nice to meet you, Kenny. Kenny being surprised and saying, Rimuru Tempest? You're Rimuru Tempest? Yes, that's me. Uh, Rimuru, where is my mom? Deku, hearing that question, he would have thought, I can't tell him the truth, right? Should I tell him the truth? Or should I just tell him a lie? If I tell him the truth, then I'm just going to break his smile. However, if I don't tell him the truth, that just means I'm a liar and a deceiver. Damn it, what should I choose? I don't know. But no matter what answer I tell him, I would still need to help him find his parent. No matter if it is his father or mother or even his sisters or brothers, I'll still have to find them. But how? Wait, Theodora is still here, right? And he's still the leader of this entire, well, city, right? Yeah, I think so. So let's just go find him and ask him for a solution. Yeah, that'd be great. Deku saying, well, I don't know where your mom is, but maybe if we find the leader of this city, then maybe we can find her. Wait, really? I can see my mom again? Well, I can't guarantee that, but I'll do what I can to make that wish come true. However, first, I'll need to know how I can get to the leader's, well, house. Oh, that. I know the way. Wait, you know the way? Yes, I do. I've went there before. Oh, really? Then lead the way. And while the real Deku and Kenny are going towards Veldora's base, or just his house, over with Deku's clone and the dark figure. Deku's clone, who, just so you know, is about 50% as strong as Deku. He was told by the real Deku to guard the dark figure. Well, until Deku used fog communication to tell this clone Deku to take off the dark figure's mask. And as the clone did, both the clone and Deku, who was seeing through the clone's eyes, would have been completely shocked. Deku saying, Benimaru? As it would have been revealed that the dark figure is Benimaru. As that will be the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. That'll be amazing. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!